Hey there guys, how are you today, and welcome to a new video on my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing my small F1 YouTuber Fantasy League for the British Grand Prix. Of course, you can still join the league. Of course, it'd be better if you've already been playing the game and your points already put into the league. But you can join the league. I'll put the code down in the comments down below if you want to join. But now let's review how we all did for the British Grand Prix. So we can see the worst performer for that weekend was Stewart Motorsport, followed by Robbie, and then Redneck Grand Prix, Seb, and then myself, Kyle, Warrior, Scuderia Stuttgart, Blake 417, Monaco 009, and Supbro was the winner. You can see the top three for the British Grand Prix were pretty close this weekend. Now let's have a look at the overall leaderboard. We're going to go from last to the top. So in last place is Seb Nickel. And at the British Grand Prix, he got 111 points. So he went for Raikkonen, Leclerc, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, and Hamilton. So Raikkonen, of course, had a penalty after crashing into Hamilton. I don't think there's any debate about that, to be honest. But he still finished and scored some good points. Leclerc, of course, retired, unlucky, again. And then you got Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, and Hamilton. Of course, Hamilton had a difficult race, but fell back to second place. And Toro Rosso as a team didn't score you very much. If I was to suggest something to you, I would suggest trying to maybe take out one of Raikkonen, Ricciardo, or Hamilton, put in a midfield driver there, and have a better team as your team on this game, and maybe then you'll score some more points. Just my suggestion there. Next up, Monaco 009, that's David, DCC F1. He got 165 points this week, so actually he had a pretty strong week. He went for Alonso, Ocon, Leclerc, Hulkenberg as turbo driver, and Ricciardo. Of course, Leclerc, we know he's been unlucky. Lots of us have been choosing him because we know he is a top-class driver, at least in my opinion, but he had a bad time at the British Grand Prix. But I liked how he responded, saying you live and learn kind of thing, and hopefully it won't happen again. And then Mercedes as a team are always going to score pretty highly, even though they didn't win this year's British Grand Prix. Next up is Kyle on 768 points. And for this week, he got 121 points. He went for Alonso, Magnussen, Bottas, Stroll, and Leclerc. And then Mercedes as a team. So Stroll actually got a few good points, as did Alonso, Magnussen as turbo driver, and Bottas. And again, Leclerc, I already spoke about him, so there's no point. And again, Mercedes was a good choice. I think choosing a big team as the constructor in this game is the way to succeed. Next up is Robbie on 781 points. He had a bit of a bad weekend. I think he will admit that himself. So he went for Leclerc, Hulkenberg, Verstappen, Ocon, Ricciardo, and then Red Bull. So of course Verstappen did have a tough weekend, not finishing the race. What else did I talk about? Hulkenberg, Ocon, and Ricciardo all did okay. And then Leclerc, of course, retired. And everyone seems to have Leclerc as a turbo driver as well. And that really seems to be where people are losing lots of points. And you put Red Bull as your team. I'm not really sure how the constructors thing works. I always thought it was the points of the drivers added together, but it can't be, because 24 plus 2 isn't 21. So I'm not really sure how that works, or if it's glitched. Someone maybe tell me in the comments. Then we got Supro on 806 points. He went for Vettel, who of course won the race, Magnussen, Leclerc, Hulkenberg, and Gasly. And he got Ferrari as a team. Obviously a good choice there, considering they won the race. Again, Leclerc. Everyone so far has chosen Leclerc. Bad luck there. Gasly did okay this weekend, I thought. And yeah, I've talked about all the other ones already. Next is Scuderia Stuttgart on 949 points. He went for Vettel, Ocon, who scored brilliantly as a turbo driver, Grosjean, who of course was in the crash with Carlos Sainz, not really sure whose fault that was. I think it was a racing incident probably. Van Dorn and Raikkonen, and then Red Bull as your team again. So actually quite a strong weekend for you there. Of course, had Grosjean finished the race, maybe you would have had a few more points this weekend. But overall, mate, you can't complain. Now we're coming to what I've kind of describing as top 4, but I guess you can say the Scuderia Stuttgart makes it a top 5. Stewart Motorsport, I think we said he had a poor weekend this week. Yes, he did. 76 points. Pretty unlucky to have both Sainz and Leclerc, because Sainz was in that crash with Grosjean. And of course, Vettel won the race, so it started off very well for you, and you got Ricciardo in there too. But I guess Sainz and Leclerc both failing to finish has really ruined your weekend. Now we're coming to me, B Gaming 342 Racing, even though my channel is now called Formula Motorsport. With 115 points here, I'm in for Alonso as a turbo driver. That scored pretty well, 44 points. Maybe we should put hashtag blessed on the screen. And then Raikkonen, Sainz, of course, was bad luck. And I also had Sainz and Leclerc. Hamilton, 35 points. And then I put Red Bull, who also owned 21 points this weekend. I'm not really sure how that works. Then Blake 417, who's just in front of me on 1,067 points. Who's he gone for? He went for Leclerc, Magnussen, Vettel, Gasly and Raikkonen and Mercedes. So you've got a great team. You've got both Ferrari drivers and Mercedes as a team. So that's pretty impressive. And you got Magnussen as turbo driver. He did okay this weekend. You got Leclerc, bad luck. But Gasly did okay. And of course football has come home to his country. Don't know why I said that. It's completely irrelevant. Finally, Roria on 1,101 points. And he did pretty well this weekend. He got both Ferrari drivers, but both Haas drivers. And of course, Grosjean didn't do too well, as we come to expect. And Charles Leclerc, who again did badly. So, well, not badly, but he was unlucky. But you got Mercedes as a team. So, overall, you've kept your lead here at the top of these standings. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Tell me who you think is going to win our league and what drivers you think should be chosen for this weekend's German Grand Prix. And I guess I'll see you guys next week when I review our league for the German Grand Prix.